All praises to Yahweh, Ba'asham Yahweh Shai, Ba'asham Rakak Radash. Double on this to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, and Shalom to the elected nation of Israel. And I'm just going to be talking on a quick thing that I heard from one of these scoffers, man, on one of the elders' videos that I'm still watching, right? And he pretty much made a statement that kind of pissed me off, man, to be honest with you, because he tried to mock the Hebrew Israelite men, right? He tried to mock the Hebrew Israelite men by saying that they don't know who their father is, right? He tried to make that be a thing that men are supposed to be embarrassed of, which, like, I'm not even trying to say that this is just true as a standard thing, but a young man or a young boy not knowing who his father is not even really an insult to him, right? That's an insult to his mom that was a hoe. If a young man does not know who his father is, that would not even be that young man's fault. That's his mom's fault. Because, how does the mom not know? Which this nigga said, what did he say, man? I'm going to say it like out of the way how this jigger said it on the screen, man. He was like, them Israelites are talking about you see the fathers, the children's the seed of the father. They don't even know who their father is. Huh? That's how he said it, man, with his little waste man, pastor voice, man. And I'm tired, I'm sick and tired of you old church jiggers, man. You make me sick to my stomach, right? They really make me sick to my stomach. Like, when you look at the apostles, who are men that have over time and period gained grey hue of hair, right? And then you compare it to these old fools. It's a completely different vibe, man. And this ain't me kissing no ass neither, because I don't kiss ass, bro. Right? If someone deserves something of a respectful way to be said about them, then it will be said. But these guys that would be around about the similar age as the apostles are disgusting, and they would have heard the apostles speaking this doctrine before, and tried to think it was funny back in them times. But now that they're starting to see that it's extended further and further throughout the world, now all of a sudden they feel the need to address it when they wouldn't have felt the need to address it before, when they was first starting out in their congregations, the old niggas, man. These are not the old men or the men of age that would be like Eliezer, that's in the book of that's in the Apocrypha, man. That fought against when he was told to eat pork. I believe his name's Eliezer. These guys would have did it. They would have deceived us. They would have ate the pork, or they would have ate the lamb, pretending like it's pork in it, so that we could feel like, yeah, okay, it's lawful to eat lamb because our elders doing it, so we can do it. A young man, and this is for any of you young men out there that you don't know who your father is, right? That's not an attack on you, really. That's your mother's fault. Because how does your mom not know who she slept with to get pregnant? That's not a thing that should necessarily be insulted by. That's something that your mom should be offended at. That's her grievance. Because the young child was not there at conception. The baby doesn't get to decide, okay, I want this guy to be I want Winston to be my father. So my mom's gonna have to sleep with Winston down the road so that she can get pregnant by Winston, because I want my dad's name to be Winston. Or I want my dad's name to be Barentine. You know what I mean? I want my father's name to be Tyrone. So I'm gonna put the spirit of my mom's Mama Dukes, yeah, to sort that for me out there. Nah, it don't go that way. The mom decides, I'm gonna sleep with this man, and some women sleep around. In fact, as far as this society goes, that's the majority of them. And they sleep with so many men over a short period of time that they don't not even end up knowing who the father is, or they get drunk and end up conceiving a child in the alleyway, and all they remember is he had a nice ponytail. They don't remember nothing else. Or he had a nice ponytail and he could dance good, girl. So you know what I do? I had to do that because you true say he was peng, and I just had to, and he was just bumming that, and I just was like, yo, everything Chris and everything Irie, and you know what I mean? He was shaking it, and he just moved the moves, that he did the right moves, and he said the right thing in my ear, girl. And you know I had to do it. That's how you women are, you Eves out there. And the thing that made me sick to my stomach when watching this video, and I only watched how much 4 minutes of it, right? But I was getting annoyed. I heard a woman in the crowd laughing in like one of them cackling Eve laughs that Eve does, man. All that. And I'm thinking, hang on, how you as a woman laughing that young men don't know who their father is? And I even heard men laughing. What's funny about our people of our nation growing up not knowing who their father is? And that can't even be something that no one can say to me. You know what I mean? That can't be something that can even be said to me, fam. But that can be said to some Jakes, but that's a curse. So that insult actually proves we are the Israelites. Deuteronomy 28, verse 54. So that the man that is tender and delicate among you, his eyes shall be either towards his brother, and towards his woman, and towards his children, which he shall leave. So nice try, old ass jigger. But you actually further confirmed that we are the Israelites because of that stereotype that's on us. You actually confirmed that we are the Israelites. But we don't know who our father is. And then women in the crowd laughing. But that's a thing that the woman's supposed to know. Unless a woman's been hit over the head with a club and didn't even see the person's face and was R-worded, she's supposed to know, even if a situation is horrible as that, in that kind of scenario, right? That a woman would be traumatized by, I guess you could say that. If that was to happen, if she even looked at the person's face, she'd know who the father was. But in this world, women sleep around with so many different men, right? That they don't even know, they don't know who the father is. So of course, if the mother don't know who the father is, then the child ain't gonna know. But it's not the child's fault that they don't know who their father is if they don't know. That's the mom's fault. And what we have to be clear of in this world as well is with how wicked and adulterous women are, some of the people that women have told their children that is their father ain't their father still. And some of these women are such harlots, 304s, sluts, slappers, odalisks, yeah, scallywags and scoundrels, that they don't even know who the father is of their child either. Like, well, it's a mix-up between, well, it could have been Jerome's, because True say at that one party that time, I did a thing with him. And I think the Johnny ripped. Do you know what I mean? These slags, man. But then at the same time, it could be Jamal's because that one time in the alleyway, and our True say that, you know what I mean? But then it could be Carl's, because Carl, like, he was real nice to me when I was going through a certain situation. So True say it could be his babe, could be his babby and all. That's how it is with you women out there. So ain't no woman, yeah, none of you should be laughing and trying to insult a man that he don't know who his father is. Because if you want to try and pull it on him, pull it on the woman then. Pull it on the woman that she don't know to tell the young man. How about that part of things? Because as far as this world goes, it's always about insulting men. Ha ha ha, you ain't this. You poor, you broke. Ha ha ha, your hairline's receding. Ha 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 ha, you ain't smart in this. What about the fucking women, man? Are they just some delicate angels out here? Or is it Eve's fault that we even die, according to the scriptures? Of the woman came the beginning of sin, and through her we all die. Even women have tried to spin that Adam and Eve story and be like, Adam shouldn't have listened to women, because True say Adam shouldn't have even listened to Eve because he went weak for women. Well, right now, men ain't weak for women and starting to not be weak for women. And they're telling y'all about your dirty, stinking self, man. And you can't handle that neither. And when all hell breaks loose, boy, when all hell breaks loose, the look that's going to be on some of you women's face is going to be so hilarious, man. And on all of you guys that you make 1,001 excuses for women all the time, yeah. But then when it comes to men, the men have to stand on business, and the man has to make sure that the family's got this going on, mate. And what does the woman have to do? What does the woman? What's the concrete set in stone things that a woman always has to do? Or is it, the woman's things are variable for some of you clowns? But then the man's thing's set in stone and he's not allowed to go from the left or the right of it. or he ain't a real man. But what's a real woman's things that has to concrete do in this world, man? For all you suckers out there that want to try and make it be about men doing this and men doing that, and then even when the man does all the things that the world tries to put on him, he still ain't allowed nothing in return for that. Really, he ain't even allowed no expectations. He could be a guy that's got a business, right? That he had to get out of the mud to get that business, built it up. Nobody believed that he was gonna able to even have that. He found a way to make it work, right? And his woman will think that she don't even have to cook him no food, or will try and cook him some basic food that she'll burn. You understand? And then have an attitude if he doesn't want to eat the food that's burned. Now, as I've said that right there, that's not even something that's necessarily happened to me. I don't have no business. But there'll be a man out there if they stumble upon this video, the right man out there that's gone through that same exact thing that I just said, that he'll hear that and he'll start getting angry. But like, yeah, she did actually have an attitude when I said that this food's burned. She called me ungrateful. Like, mate, do you think it's a game down here? It's not no game down here, man. This clown, look at this guy's stupid face, man. Let me see if I can, I can't even zoom in, man. Look at his dumb face, man. He looks like a stupid idiot. Huh? Who? They don't even know who their father is. Huh? Who? You sound like a stupid idiot, man. You're laughing that your nation's so destroyed that that a young man might not know who their father is. But hang on, that's a thing that shows that the women of your nations are hoes. So you're laughing at your nation's through. That's not a funny thing. That's not funny that your nation's so destroyed that so many men would grow up and not know who their father is. But then if we was to start bunning out women and talking about how they hoes, I wonder if he'd agree that women need to stop sleeping around, conceiving children in an alleyway, right? Letting men slip a finger in at reggae night. Yeah? Dealing with a man because he's got a nice ponytail and some nice tattoos. And because he can slide across the floor like Usher just a little bit better than another man at the club could slide across the floor like Usher. Or because he bought her array of nephews and coke. Girl, he bought me a array of nephews and true say, I get wild when I'm on that. Or what's one of these songs in the drinks in America, man, Babylon and that? Don Julio. You know what I mean? He bought a Don Julio Popeyes box and when she off that Don Julio, you know what I mean? She become a real foolie. So she just freed up the thing out here. Or he bought her a Morley's or a Dixie chicken. Like, don't try and insult the men of our nation because we're the founding of our nation. And the people that believe the Hebrew Israelite thing, they're actually fighting for their nation more so than any of you other people in the world. I don't care what any of you other people in the world think you're doing for the nation of our people. Oh, I'm building up and trying to make community centers. Fuck that community center. Give a fuck about that. Our nation knowing who we are is the foundation of us escaping this. Knowing that we are the Israelites, no matter what any of these people say, and that we're cursed. But an old fool like this, because he denied being an Israelite maybe three or two, maybe 2 or 3 decades ago. Yeah. Now he's like, man, I gotta come up against this. How can I insult them? All right, let me see. So what are some of the stereotypes about black people? They're in gangs. So I'm gonna say they're fleshly, they're thugs. I might say they're fleshly or they're thugs, but nah, that's a bit too easy. So I'm gonna say, you know what? They come from broken homes. But who broke the home? Who breaks the home most of the time in our nation? Is it not the woman? They come from broken homes and they don't know who their father is. And then the woman in the crowd's laughing and I'm thinking, man, I couldn't believe that I heard some woman's cackling voice in the crowd laughing. The hell's wrong, man? What the hell's wrong with some of you old fools, man? And if you was to look in the crowd, that same woman that laughed probably tried to fake like she's speaking in tongue when she's talking all that baba taba taba bullshit, which she knows damn well ain't. If you say all that baba taba shaba daba 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 do yabba dabba ding dong and all that, if even AI that's been being trained to know every language ain't on the closed captions translating that into nothing. It's just going to say unknown, 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 unknown. It ain't going to translate that. But when you speak English on this YouTube thing, yeah, no matter what accent you got, the AI is able to decipher your accent that might sound a bit strange to where another like cleanly speaking Queen's English accent, and it's gonna break it down what you said. But that speaking in tongues madness that the church do, it ain't breaking that down because that ain't no language, and there ain't no language nowhere on earth with all the people that are fake like they're speaking in tongues that are just speaking in that on a regular day to day. It sounds like they're trying to put some curse on you that you might see in one of them movies from H&E, like The Mummy or something like that. It sounds like some fake language that you know what I mean. It sounds demonic when they're doing that. It sounds ridiculous. And I just thought I would do a quick lesson on this, man, because I heard that and I was like, man, what the hell? Why the hell are people trying to laugh about that particular thing on our nation and make that be a thing that should be a mockery to young men or men of any age? If a man of 50 years old even don't know who his father is, yeah, how the hell is that his fault? That's his mom's fault. That's something that the mom should be ashamed of because she let so many men deal with her that she don't even know who the father is. Even if you consider that women that have got sky high body counts, right? Well, unless they're sleeping with all these men at the same exact damn near like enough men in like a week's period of time, they should really know when they got pregnant. How are they not knowing when they got pregnant? How are they not knowing this? But this world tries to make everything be an insult to men. Women can be bald headed, right? Not made to grow no hair, and they're not made to really feel nothing about that because they can get a weave, and then actually try and make it like to have a weave now is better to have naturally long hair, which we all know that that's bullshit. But then if a man has a receding hairline, oh man, he ain't nothing, right? He'll be mocked and scorned, and then even if he tries to cut the hair off, so they'll be like, and try and find some mockery there. Know what I mean? If a man don't have half a snake down his pants, right? Salakia, there'll be a woman that will come by and mock that. But if a man mocks a woman that's ugly naturally and can't, then he's going off. If a man mocks a woman for being fat, oh man, how are you gonna say that? But women don't mind mocking men about anything that's to go with men, and women don't mind mocking a man if he's even the average height of a country. So how much more if a man is considered short, they'll try and mock him. But they don't like being mocked or nothing themselves. Women will try and mock men if he hasn't slept with a large multitude of women. But then they don't want to be mocked for the multitude of men that they have slept with. And then there's clown guys like this waste man pastor right here that they help to make women think that they're justified in running their mouth about men, about all these different things that they like to say about men all the time, when they ain't so special their own self. That's the thing. And I'm personally getting sick and tired of all these clown guys that want to try and insult men the same way our women do. But then ain't really ever got nothing to say about women, man. For a young man to not know who his father is, right, is not something that he should be mocked about. Because that's his mom's fault. Because his mom's the one that was doing all the sleeping around and didn't have no control over that. That's an insult, and that's a thing that only his mom should be bearing the shame for that. Because it's not his fault. It's not a young daughter's fault, neither, if she doesn't know who her dad is. That's their mom's fault, man. Because even certain men in this society, they're going around in this world taking care of kids right now that they're not even theirs, and they're thinking they're doing the right thing for a woman and that, right? But if they was to take a DNA test, they'd be shocked. A lot of them, and according to what certain people say, it would be like maybe 30 to 40%. In certain countries, they say it's like 30-40%. I believe in Jamaica, they said it was about 40%. And in like Ghana or Nigeria, it was around 30-40% there too, of paternity fraud. So just because like women are so dishonest that just because they're saying that a child belongs to a certain man anyway, that don't even make it true. But then somehow the child gets mocked for that. In that scenario, a woman sleeps with another guy, gets pregnant by him, but then sleeps with another guy around the same time, but he's more financially stable. So she's like, well, I'm gonna pick him to be the child's father. I'm gonna tell him it's his child because the other guy don't want nothing to do with me. It was only a one night stand with that guy. And rather than tell this other guy the truth that I know it's not really his child, I'm just gonna sleep with him around the same time. I already know I'm pregnant by the other guy, but I'm gonna sleep with the guy and then I'm gonna manipulate it so that he lets one off in me as well, so that he can think it's his child. That's disgusting. And then if a woman's conceived in her mind and been such a demon to do something like that in her mind, how the hell is that the child's fault that 10 months after now that deceptions took place and now they're born and then they end up growing up and actually understanding what is and what ain't good or bad, and now they become an adult and then you're trying to laugh at them? How the hell would that be their fault or something that they should be getting mocked about? Mock the woman because that's her fault and her fault alone. That's not even a man that sleeps with her on a one night stand's fault that the woman don't know who he is. That ain't even the man's fault. If a man has a one night stand with a woman and gets her pregnant, that's not even that man's fault that the woman don't know who he is. It would be his fault if he don't stick around. But that would not be his fault that she don't know who he is or don't know his name. She could have asked. She could have asked him, right? But she choosing not to do, that's her fault, man. Now I'm gonna end the video there, man. I just thought that was very disgusting and very like a lot of these pastors, man. And I might call this video that, man. A lot of these pastors are disgusting human beings, man. To try and mock men that they might not know who their father is, but how would that be their fault? Shalom to the elect of the nation of Israel. Shalom.